Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is my informal assessment technique video for the PIDP 3230. The technique I have chosen is the classroom response system. The informal assessment is a way of collecting information about our students' performance in a normal classroom setting. As I envision, most of my instruction will be in the industrial setting for older or mature students, predominantly male, some of whom may be a little bit leery to answer questions in class or to conduct the normal other forms of assessment as brought out in Cross and Angelo. I believe that this classroom response system will work the best for the students I envision to be instructing. So what is a classroom response system? For those of you who have been involved in education for a while, you may know it under the name of a clicker. And this is a type of interaction associated with audio response systems to create interactivity between the student and his or her, between the teacher and his and her students. The technique I would be talking about today is how to use your cell phone, just an ordinary cell phone that is text enabled in the classroom rather than a clicker, which tends to be expensive and becoming less in vogue as they are limited in their functionality. So in a nutshell, what we're going to do as an instructor is we're going to perhaps pose a question to the students very quickly in the middle of our class. This could be a question that we thought up before, we've injected into our PowerPoint, and the students will respond to the number, in this case 65287, that would be the number that they would text to, and the text message they would put in was either 45768 or 45769 if it's either true or false. This may appear to be a very simplistic system. However, as you can see in this screen now, we can add another layer of difficulty to the questions. We'll take it further up the Bloom scale. And as you can see from this question, it is considerably different than the first question that we posed, which was just a true or false question. So most importantly, in itself, this is, when used with the system, this is an informal assessment technique. So why would we want to use this system as why would we want to use a classroom response system as opposed to one of the other assessment techniques? I believe for the type of work I'm going to be doing, it enables the students to very quickly let me know whether they're on track with the instruction or not. Angelo and Cross, of their 50 techniques for classroom assessments, 23 of those can be used by clickers, and if they can be used on clickers, they can be used on a cell phone. These are the different Angelo and Cross assessment techniques that can be incorporated into a classroom response system, and some of them are definitely higher level of Bloom's taxonomy. Are CRS limited in their usefulness to higher education? That would be one of the first concerns, is that are the questions that we can ask, are the items that we can choose of such value as to invoke higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy? As you can see from this question on the screen, this would be definitely considered a higher order. And that's what we want. We want to be able to run the gambit with the various levels, and it works out with this assessment that we can in fact do that. The advantage of this strategy: it's non-intrusive. We don't need to worry about whether the students are going to be afraid to put up their hand, whether they're going to be made afraid to make a comment, or whether they're going to be honest in doing it. This is non-intrusive. It's completely private. They can text their answer or they can text questions. It provides instant feedback. Once asking a question, within a matter of a minute or so, the instructor will be privy to the poll. And it also can be implemented in a matter of seconds. It doesn't mean that we have to have a predetermined set of questions. If the instruction that day is leading into a direction or to a level that the instructor was not prepared for, in a matter of a couple couple minutes, we can create an assessment and have it screened and have the students polled. And as I said before, it can be used on 23 of Angelo and Cross's 50 strategies. So how quickly can it be used? Here's a screen capture of just how long it takes to add an assessment should we want to. We've decided that something's happened in the classroom that we want to check to make sure all the students are up to speed on. We simply log into our website and we begin to type in the question. The students could be sitting and waiting for this assessment to be generated, or they can be working on other material, finishing up what they were working on. And so we've already posed the question, which of the following is a false statement? And again, as you will see, it's only going to take a matter of 2 minutes from the time the instructor has thought that an informal assessment is required to the time that that informal assessment has been delivered to the class. Approximately a minute later, the results will be back. The instructor will immediately know, yes, the students are on track, or no, the students are falling behind, don't understand, or need more information. And that's the beauty of this system over most of the other systems, that it does not need to be planned. It can be just spontaneous when the instructor feels that something is not quite where he or she wants it to be. So there it is. We've almost finished all 4 of our multiple choice questions. Now just going to create the poll. And there's the numbers that the students will text into. We're just going to quickly add it to our PowerPoint. We'll want to slot it in the right location. It's not as cumbersome to slot it into the right location as I make it appear in this video. There, we've added the assessment. We'll now go back to the slide, and we will see what is projected to the students. And there it is. There is the assessment. 2 or 3 minutes from the time the instructor has thought of it to the time it is in fact placed on the screen. Best practices for using this: don't overuse it is the one constant that most have said with this system. It can be overused. The second is be mindful of the time factors. Make sure that you are spending your presentation time presenting as much material as possible, and only use the classroom response system when you feel it is necessary. And Simon says that he prefers to use it at the end of the class. Feedback from the learner to the learners is they allow the instructors to make immediate changes that help the students succeed in their courses. That is it. That is my assessment technique for the PIDP 3230. I hope you found this video informational. There's the list of my references, and try it out. Everything I did today was free. Thank you.